So my name is Nicolas Kayser-Bril. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Journalism++. Journalism++ is an agency for data journalism, data-driven journalism. So people say journalism is about giving a voice to the voiceless, and we say that data journalism is about measuring things that have not been measured and that need to be measured. And in this sense, what we do is very linked to OpenBudget because, well, a lot of what's not being measured is how much money taxpayers pay and how much money the public administration collects. So that's why we are part of the OpenBudget consortium. And within the consortium, we do what's called a journalism test bed. So basically we work with journalists to understand what their problems are when working with budget data and obviously how we can address these problems. The great thing with OpenBudget EU is that it's not only about putting data online, and this has already been done. What we do at OpenBudget EU is that there is a technical component, but also stakeholders component, which is extremely important. I mean, much more important than in previous projects that were dealing with the same issues. And in this sense, the challenges that we address mostly is to show how difficult it can be to understand a budget precisely. We do case studies, and in these case studies we realize how tricky it can be for a journalist, or for anyone actually, including politicians, to understand properly a budget. There are tons of specificities that you need to be aware of if you want to do your job in a proper way. And it's especially interesting to work with technologists on the issue, because we need to think budget data not just as numbers, but as actual bits of information that are going to enable users to do, in my case, good journalism, but also good participatory budgeting, etc. The gap analysis that we are leading as part of OpenBudget shows that journalists have one main problem, which is access to OpenBudget data. And in this sense, OpenBudget EU is going to put a lot more data online, and this is a great thing. But the second point, which is probably more important, is that our gap analysis shows that journalists also have trouble understanding budget data properly. And we hope that we're going to find technological solutions so that we can communicate OpenBudget data in a better way automatically. But even if we don't achieve that, we will still have the opportunity to write tutorials and to conduct courses and workshops so that journalists at the end of the projects have a much better understanding of budget data and they can do better journalism.